thing is, though, how can I make that much? I don't have a high school diploma and I have a felony. If I don't pay this, I go to jail.
And that's possible, correct?
So if I can only afford $20 a month, what am I supposed to do with that?
I just don't want child support.
Okay.
To help him, we can
Let
drop
me
the
ask
child
you this,
support.
Ms. Cassidy, are you receiving any sort of public assistance?
Dad inquires about daycare costs, used to calculate his child support obligation.
The court will note that this matter is before the court on the defendant's motion to set aside the referee recommended order. Mr. Shepard, in this matter, I do note when I reviewed the referee order, and that he states that, again, that you did not appear, and obviously you're contesting the amount of income that was attributable to you. How do you anticipate, or how do you expect that the referee would know what that is if you don't appear for the hearing?
I wouldn't know if I appear for the hearing.
Excuse me?
He wouldn't know, and I didn't appear for the hearing. That's why I did a motion and explained and expressed of what I did actually make compared to what they were trying to say I made.
Okay. Well, and I understand you say basically, you do note in this particular matter, if you were making minimum wage, your income would have been approximately, it would have been $1,763 per month. If you were making income, which is basically income sufficient that but most jobs are paying in this matter of $15 an hour, your income would be $2,580. So the referee used a number that's about in the middle of that when he in fact imputed income to you. You understand that?
Yeah. Okay, but thing is, though, how can I make that much? I don't have a high school diploma and I have a felony.
Yeah.
A lot of jobs don't accept felonies anymore.
Well, I will tell you, there are a lot of jobs that are out there now where they are taking individuals that do have a felony on their record because, again, the labor market is so substantial that they need individuals. As a result, they've basically loosened up requirements, rules, etc., relating to employment. So anything else that you have to offer, sir?
I said I don't have a high school diploma either, which also makes it even harder to get a job. I've been with this one job for the last going on 4 years now, but $60 a week ain't cutting it. That's all I've been making because either machines are going down or there's just not enough work. And other job, I've been getting a hold of them, no reply back. I've been putting applications in and I haven't gotten no replies back from any places, not even factories as far as like Denso or Hilex or Tenneco or Gate.
Okay. Have you followed up with them, sir?
Yes, I have, and I haven't heard anything. I've even gone through U.S. Staffing.
Well, based upon what you've stated and based upon what the court has seen at this point, the court does not find that the referee made either a factual or a legal error in this matter, and that's what the court has to find to be able to set aside the referee recommendation. As I stated, the referee imputed income to you in the range of what you should be able to make. I understand you're saying you haven't made that amount, but again, what happens in this matter is you're going to need to attempt to take, I guess, greater action to acquire employment. And then at that point, if you're not able to, after taking additional action, then you always have a right to file a motion at that point and ask that the court would review it. Ms. Caston, anything you'd like to say?
I just don't want child support, so I don't know if that has anything to do with this, but if we can drop that, that would be great. I know the court goes after so much, but to help him, we can drop.
Let me ask you this, Ms. Caston, are you receiving any sort of public assistance on behalf of the child as far as Medicaid, food stamps?
Yeah.
Okay, see, the court cannot cancel support if you are receiving public assistance for and on behalf of the child. So
Okay.
the court is not able to do that in this case. Okay, what the court's going to do at this point, as I've stated, it does appear that the referee had made a reasoned decision based upon the information that was available, based upon what the referee had. So what happens, the court does not find a basis to set aside the referee recommendation at this time. Again, sir, if you want to take effort to try to acquire employment, and after doing so, you can file a motion. The court would review what action you've taken at that time to determine whether it's sufficient to be able to deviate from what the referee had stated. So that will be the order of the court. And
I have one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's saying that they want me to pay $435 a month for the child support stuff,
Okay.
which I know for a fact because I've known Alexis for the last 6-7 years or whatever. I know when she needs to have Parker watched, it's either her mom or her grandma that watches Parker when she has to work. So there is no actual daycare that's actually taking care of Parker. So there's no really expense there other than the expense of food and diapers and stuff for Parker, which I plan on trying to help Alexis with that.
Okay. Well, let me tell you what happens, sir. When a person is working and when they are working, then the child support formula does require that the court would, in fact, recognize and impute child care to that person when they're working or when they would be scheduled to be working. And so that is why the child care would have been included in that support amount. And so the court, all the court is doing and complying with the law, which requires that the court recognize the child care costs for the party that has custody. So that's what we're doing. And again, the referee didn't make an error when he did that because he was only following the law. So
Gotcha.
okay.
So basically, I'm paying $435 a month right here.
Yes, you're paying whatever the amount the referee had stated. And again, you can file a petition, let's say after 6 months, 9 months, if you've made some diligent attempt at employment and you're still not able to do it, the court can reassess it at that time. Okay.
Okay, so
Thank you.
basically, if I don't pay this, I go to jail.
If that's possible, correct.
If I can't afford it, so if I can only afford $20 a month, what am I supposed to do with that? That's about all I can afford right now.
Yeah. Well, all I can tell you is that there's an order and you have to comply with the order. And if not, then you'll be subject to enforcement action, which on a first offense would potentially provide that you could serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. So unfortunately, that won't happen. But I think what you need to do is you need to make some greater attempt at acquiring employment that would allow you to pay that support obligation. So thank you both. You're excused. Have a good day.